There might be a little stress with this one. So cheers. Hang on to your butts. Because have you ever had anyone drive right up to your butt when you're in traffic? And how about in the toll lane? And there is no place for you to go. And yet there they are, hanging on your hiney, and you're going fast. Like you're already, this happened to me. This is how I know. I was going at least 7 over. Anyway, your whole nervous system changes. Maybe not yours, but mine. Your heart starts racing and your chest tightens. And it's just like you feel pressured to move now. Or maybe you react a little differently and want to slam on your brakes. But either way, that's a little bit of destabilization. So even if you're going fast enough, it can change you. Can change your nervous system. That is a stability moment. And this is, as I was saying yesterday, I had somebody aggressively get on my shiny hiney and want to push me out of the way. And I noticed something important. Their urgency, let me see what my note says, started hijacking, sorry for the dogs. Hey, Feather Happy Beans, it started hijacking my nervous system. I started feeling that stress and thinking, I don't have any place to go and I'm going 7 miles over. And so what do? And this doesn't just happen in traffic. It happens other people's urgency. So it could be the pressure, the stress. What are all my notes? The energy, the demands. This doesn't have to be just traffic. Just think when somebody is pushing you and you feel like you have to act. So it can start becoming, their urgency can start becoming our internal state if we're not aware. So this is really important. And then when that happens, we stop choosing and we start reacting. That is the programmed reactor. And I really had to think about that PDF. You can download it so you can see exactly how to stop that in the moment rather than the internal operator where you're coming from a choice. And here is the self-talk. So, but here's what I did first. I just went, take the big P. The big P is your power, that double P. You're aware that you're about to spiral, that that urgency, you're feeling that pressure, that stress. And look, I'm already talking like you're feeling that. So just breathe and lower your shoulders and lower them again and have a sip of tea. Probably not when you're driving, but anyway, lower your shoulders and you remind yourself, this is what I did. I reminded myself, their stress is not my stress. And I reminded myself that because my daughter told me that several years ago. She said, Mommy, your stress is not my stress. And it has stayed with me all these years. It's very true. So anyway, just because somebody else is dysregulated, their nervous system, does not mean that you have to follow suit. So, by the way, I'm not talking to anyone who is like going exact traffic is the speed limit. You can go ahead and move over to the right. But if you're going, that's my program right there. You saw my program. I want to give you something. So first of all, your self-talk phrase, your stress, your urgency is not my urgency. And this, internal, external, remember we talked on yesterday's video, but external stability, like that's everywhere. That push, that feeling to get approval or have somebody push you to do something, that's everywhere, the external stability. But stability is learning, this inner stability is learning how to stay stabilized internally, to come from within, even when pressure is pushing against you. That's the work, that's the practice. And that's today's stability moment. And now you know, and you can get you can find the 6 weeks of stability, 6 weeks to stability and empowerment. That is always in the description. That's a 6-week course. and then also the PDF. You can download that for free and see exactly how to regulate yourself, exactly where you are in the moment and how to deal with it, and then to regain some capacity. And then there's also, if you'd like to rewire your brain, I don't know why anyone would not want to, with the programs that you want of living a quality life and understanding that you were born with unlimited promise and potential, and then you got programmed to not the programs that you want, that stop you, limit you, sabotage you, hold you back. So that's always that app, 30 days free, always in the description. I do want to finish telling you about the one of the mantras, and I've shared this with you before, and this is, and so I'm done with the stability moment. So if you want to click off, click off. This is a story of what many years ago, I used to be that driver that was like on my butt yesterday. I used to be like that long time ago, and just very impatient, intolerant, thinking I owned the road and anyone in my way. My mantra was what was my mantra? Wherever you are, I'm not. Wherever you are, I'm not. And so somebody would get in the way, or they would look at my self-talk. They would get in the way. So look at me being, this is being like, I'm going back into that state of where I was. And that was me being the victim. Something was happening to me. It wasn't happening for me. So it was like they got in my lane. They got. So notice your self-talk when, just like I did, monitor your self-talk and edit that. And then that whole, when I switched, when I stopped saying, wherever you are, I'm not, that then one day I just said, I looked in the mirror and I smiled at myself and I said, what did I say? What did I say? I said, and I say it all the time, Chula, ¿qué digo? Lynette's telling me what I say. I say, I drive with love and compassion. I drive with love and compassion. That's what I say. And I don't know how I was about to tell myself, very unlike you to not remember what you say, because I don't have to say it very often, but I'll smile in the mirror when I start, before I started yesterday, and I smile at myself and I say, I drive with love and compassion, and I shoot that energy out. And how I had this guy on my butt yesterday, I'm not sure. And that really took me out of that. And I literally had to say, I drive with love and compassion, and just not look in my mirror and not look in the side mirror, so that I could breathe and lower my shoulders and that. So that is very interesting when you do that for yourself, because all of a sudden you shift the energy. Try it and you'll see that no matter where you are in any driving situation, it's you and your energy that is stabilized your nervous system, so that you're not coming from that push, that rush, that feeling in that you have to get somewhere very quickly, or somebody's in your way, or any of that, which is survival mode, by the way. Adrenaline, cortisol, all that's flooding through you, and it gets more and more if you're late for work, or you're late for an appointment, or they're late for work or an appointment and they're trying to push you to get out of the way and all of that. You will see that when you drive with love and compassion, and you come from that space, and that's what's coming out from you, that energy, you rarely run into people like the guy on my butt yesterday. So I just want you to try that. I mean, not that it doesn't happen, but you get to choose. And you want to hear the funny part about it? It really wasn't very funny. But the interesting part is, I got out. It's the toll lane, so I got out when I could, and he just stayed right there. He never went faster than me or anything. So then I still had another, I went back and he did the same thing, got on my butt. And I was like, okay, enjoy. So it really is driving with love and compassion. And I know that went a little long, but I did tell you that I was done with the stability moment, but that is a stability moment. And that's when you take your pause, and that's when you recognize you literally do something like breathing. And then one thing that I learned is to drop your shoulders and then drop them again. And it just really shifts things for you. So you can do, be, change, have, create, become absolutely anything. I believe in you. I love you so very, very mucho. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. And we will see you tomorrow for day 37. Today is day 36 of 365 of Stability Moments. See ya. Ciao.